So, I was asked to pick a person that influenced me, and I'm really struggling. I'm not sure if this is just because I'm egotistical, no one tells me what to do, or that I've been lucky enough to have so many great role models that a single person doesn't immediately stand out. My parents, my coaches, my teachers, my professors. After a lot of thinking, I decided the best choice is my father. And after what I was just talking about, it feels like a backhanded compliment now. But I can't deny he's had a huge impact on my life, and a good one. It's not just a given for everyone that their father has a good impact on their life, so I'm lucky.
I felt this is a great opportunity to get my plug in there to a whole bunch of people. I can say to people, read the Bible, find out, especially the New Testament.
Yeah, you can try to convert all my classmates to Christianity.
Well, they're doing a.
No one can stop
they're
you.
doing this.
You know how the football players at the end of the game, they're like, how do you make that winning play? And he goes, well, praise be to God. Right?
Yes,
And they get their
yes.
plug in.
Okay, you got to take us through what is the best play of your career. 10 seconds, starting 10. Walk us through what happened after that.
I ran a route. My QB gave me a great throw. God took care of the rest. He watched the play. A guy ran into another guy. I give all the glory to God. I give him the praise on this great Sunday.
Unfortunately, in this case, only about 15 people are ever going to listen to this, so
Okay, well that's okay.
Your opportunities are limited. It's
Well,
just my
that's
classmates
okay.
and professor.
15 people's good. And by the way, I get a kick out of that because I don't think God takes sides. If that's the case, he hasn't been on the Bills side in a really long time. He still hasn't won a Super Bowl. So.
Maybe they did something sacrilegious. They annoyed him. My father is one of the few men I know who has a catchphrase, like a slogan, protect your hands. He would remind my sister and me all the time.
It was basically a safety slogan, yes. And it was talked about, we did a safety meeting before every shift, where we sat and talked about what was going on in the shop, the conditions.
Before every shift?
Before every shift. It was taken very seriously because what we were doing is conveying what you were going to find when you went out in the shop and when you had to do your job. So sometimes certain cells or whatever were acting up, and this was the opportunity to tell the operators what they were going to encounter or what to look out for.
The cells being
hand safety was a massive thing, of course. And I always tell people, why is that? Because what do we use every day to do everything we do? Our hands. So it's a little bit of a joke that I would be saying that to people outside of DuPont.
He worked in a chemical factory my whole life, the sort of place that had like this many days without an accident sign in the break room. I remember that the company, DuPont Chemical, would give them a small bonus or prize of some kind for reaching certain milestones on the sign. Like come home with a free toaster.
When we hit certain milestones, they would give you a car wash ticket. You know, maybe you got to 50 days without what they call the recordable injury, which means nobody had any kind of injury that they had to go over and get treated, you know, and that would be recordable. So, yes. And as we got higher and higher, sometimes they would give you, they actually gave us coats at one time. In fact, I have two of them still. And And some of them were for corporate type things, like we got to 4 or 5 years, they called it no lost workday case. So you didn't get hurt so bad that you couldn't work the next day, you know.
You're wearing a
Yeah.
black a black and gray checked flannel shirt right now.
Right.
How I picture my father is in flannel. All the Hannah men, my father and his 3 brothers, have the same sense of style, strongly based on plaid flannel shirts.
I don't know where it started, if it was just the camping thing or whatever, and they're warm and comfy, yeah, so.
Is that why
I
you...
debated whether it was warm enough today to not really wear one, and then I said, no, it'll be a little chilly in there. It always does.
When I was growing up, it felt like my father was always working or sleeping. He worked swing shift, so he would have to sleep during the day at stretches when he was on midnights. The swing shift, you'd be sleeping during the day a lot, and Mom would be like, "Hey, get me down, Dad's." Since the bedroom is attached to the living room.
Yes, it made it very difficult, the midnight shifts especially, because it was, they talk about your body and you have the internal clock and you're just throwing everything out of whack. When we would start midnights, you're going to be up, unless you're a strange guy, you usually couldn't nap or sleep before you went in for your first midnight shift. So you were up all day, and then you're up all night. So by the time you got home, you're up 25, 26 hours before maybe you went to sleep. And that right away just throws you for a loop. You're tired then day after day, because no matter how much sleep you get, your body's out of whack. And then if Mr. Argo is cutting the grass, it's hard. I would put earplugs in, and in the summer I'd run the air conditioner, which helped, because that steady noise just made it easier to sleep. But what it did is give you a short fuse in your patience. It's something after a while that I finally realized it enough that, wait a second, it's like I'm taking my state of being so tired and everything out on you guys, like, because you do something and you get jumped on right away for it. Maybe you didn't see it, but especially when it came to Mom, and I realized I'm just being totally wrong here. But
I didn't see it as that terrible. Yeah, once in a while you might have had, but everybody has a short fuse once in a while. I mean, I didn't.
As a kid, you really can't understand. But now, I appreciate the time he sacrificed.
What I would like to interject is, it afforded Dad a really good paying job, and in order to raise a family and now, it costs a lot of money. You made the choice, which I think is very commendable, to do that in order so, look, we have a house. We have, we weren't poor. Dad chose this, difficult, yes.
What it afforded us was Mom was able to stay home with you guys.
And to raise you.
Because DuPont did pay a good wage. So we were able to offset some of that loss of her income just by me working. The only problem is I had to be away from home that much more, of course. But
And then I had
But-
I had the fun. I say the fun. The joy. I actually had a chance to raise you. I hear stories, you know, people that put their babies in daycare, and they would break my heart to like, which we couldn't afford that anyways. You know, daycare is a big thing. Daycare is very expensive.
right. One of the things I do not like about it is some of the things I wasn't able to see or go to when it came to you guys. You know, you played your soccer games in the afternoon, and I was on second shift, and I had to go to work, you know, and I knew, you know, and that stuff like that really still bothers me.
Yeah, but then look at you
This
made the
stuff.
time. You ran scouts.
No, I know. We
I
did
mean,
things.
you know,
I know.
you did a lot.
I know. I did what we could.
I was lucky. My father, he was present when he was home and awake. I have a clear childhood memory of my sister and I when we were probably 5 and 8, of playing toll with my dad. We would try to run past him, and he would catch us and tell us we could only go by if we gave him a low 5. I would do everything I could not to slap his hand and sneak by, but he's always snatched me up. Little giggling me would have to wait and be put back down to try again. I'm not sure why that's the first memory that comes to mind. It's the earliest.
I remember it very well. I thought of that more than once, and you know what sticks in my head? I used to chase you around here because our house being a circle like this. I mean, we used to run crazy fast, really. I can remember you run, and I used to think, man, if you run into the door or something, you're really going to hurt yourself. And early on, when you were super young, you used to crawl, and I'd crawl chasing you. And one of the memories I remember I had is breaking the Christmas tree, the ceramic Christmas tree that her friend Philomene made, and it was big. And I chased you, and I'll give myself credit for that. You crawled behind that table, and the cord going there, you caught the cord, and the tree pulled down and broke. And I was so sad about it, but I did not even get mad at you or anything. It wasn't your fault. I was doing all the chasing, and you were just trying to get away. And I always remember, hey, I did good as your dad, that I didn't grab you and spank you or something and carry on like what you just did was the worst thing in the world.
So I grew up everything was very strict, and just sit there with your hands down and don't say anything. So I didn't have that fun aspect where he brought more fun into. So even though you may have been crabby when you were working, but then you were fun. You were more.
We used to chase like crazy, and like you said, that when Colleen got old enough, both of us, used to chase you. Used to hide. I remember hiding in I'd get ahead of you or behind you, hide in the closet, and you guys would be looking and wondering where I. No, those are good memories. Thinking about the other day about the reading, how we used to sit in the Mr. chair, and I would read. I can remember it was so amazing. I would read. I would be on midnights or something, and you come up next to me, and I'd start reading. And believe it, it was bad enough. I'd almost be like nodding off, and I'd read something in the story, And you'd say, that isn't what it says, Dad. We read some of those books so many times, you had it memorized in your head.
Yeah.
You know, it taught me that your minds, you like have a sponge.
I have lots of memories with my dad, going camping at Allegheny, hiking, biking, reading on the porch. We played Stratego every year. It's a board game. Eventually, he stopped being able to beat me. I felt bad, and I'd try harebrained strategies like hiding my own flag in the front row. Just bad strategies, because I thought it would give him a chance, like a handicap, make it even. Then again, maybe he was letting me win, and I just never realized.
To answer your question, I did not allow you to win because I thought, oh, you know, you're gonna be hurt, you're gonna cry, and you guys never seemed to. It never seemed to me that you were all upset that you lost. Which my childhood, to be honest with you, we had some bang out fights among siblings.
But yeah, playing Stratego on the cabin porch is a good memory. It'd be late July sun, still be warm as the evening approached. If it got too hot, we'd hang this cheap blue tarp on a couple of nails to create some shade. The smell, potatoes drifting from inside where my mom was cooking dinner. My sister was probably in the bedroom reading Harry Potter. When he was on vacation, my dad was so relaxed. It was nice to spend time with him.
Good memories.